Hi everyone, I'm aware I'm a little later than usual on this video. I usually stop at the lunch break and then I do a second video, but today my day was a little crazy in the afternoon, so that's why I waited until now. Plus I get another overview of all the witnesses so I can tell you guys what happened. Okay. So the defense or the state rested, so now it's the defense's turn. And as I discussed in my last video titled Donna Adelson Notes, I said I don't know if they're going to be able to rehabilitate their side at all. And the biggest question is Donna going to take the defense in her own on her own behalf? Okay. And I said it should be a big no because, well, but then again, there's a side of LawTube that believes that no matter what she does, she's kind of messed up either way. Because, okay, let's say you try to speak in your own defense. What else are you going to say to rehabilitate yourself from before? And if you don't take the stand, then people say, oh, that means she's automatically guilty. Yes, they shouldn't infer that there are going to be a percentage of the jury. Well, the way I look at this case, in just this case, is there's going to be a percentage of the jury who already made up their minds at the end of the opening statements. And then there's going to be a percentage of the jury who hasn't made up their mind yet, but makes up their mind depending on whether or not she takes a stand in her own defense. So she's kind of sunk either way. Okay. So she hasn't taken the stand as of yet, but that doesn't mean she won't take it entirely. So we still have to hold on to that. Okay. So the witnesses they had on today were a couple of their friends, like a woman who is a friend of Donna's and a guy who's a friend of the couple's, I believe. And then there was a digital forensics person. And then there was another guy. Then there was a police officer. And then there was something that happened in the courtroom where there might have been somebody who was watching testimony before he testified, which would violate the sequestration order, which means you're not supposed to talk to anybody, see anything before you testify. So that could have been violated. And let me tell you, when the judge found that out, that was a possibility, he was pissed off. Okay, like you can tell in his body language and his whole demeanor when he's pissed off. And this is beyond the disappointed dad thing. Like before, this is beyond that. He looked like he was going to hurt somebody. Although, he didn't actually do that, but he had the look. So I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about here. Okay, so then there was the last witness on the stand, I believe, was a police officer. And I don't know. In my mind, they didn't move the needle in Donna's way or anything. So I'm not going to say that they confirmed what the state already, said, but they didn't move the needle in the defense's way either. But one thing I have to note, because this happened today, and this is the first time it's happened. Okay, so there are two attorneys on Donna's side. Jackie, the older woman, and an older guy. Now, I don't know what his name is, but I feel like somebody had a conference with them and said, I don't think the jury likes you to the woman. And so they said, oh, you better switch up strategy. Or maybe this was part of the strategy from the word go. I don't know. All I'm saying is that I noticed a shift. So I'd like to know the reason behind it, although I probably won't be privy to the information. So Who knows? But we're day 7, and I don't know how many witnesses they intend on calling. Therefore, I don't know how long this case is supposed to last. If I had to guess, which I say this all the time, but everything I say is a guesstimate, okay? But if I had to guess, I'd say we're going to be done by the end of the week. Because I really don't think there are too many witnesses that they can combat what was already said in Donna's favor. So that's where I sit right now. All right. Bye, everybody.